Okay, hi everybody. We're going to do math word problem number 14 today. So I'm going to make our slides a little bit bigger so you can see everything really clearly. So our word problem today says, after a trip to the zoo, Miss Aponte students voted on their favorite animals. Use the bar graph to answer the following questions. So if you're not sure what a bar graph is, look up in the top corner. I've put a picture of a bar graph and the title says favorite animals. So a bar graph is sort of like a picture that's organized in a way that helps us read information about numbers and data. So right now we're going to be using this bar graph to answer questions about the animals and whose favorites they are. So we've got 4 animals. The first one on the bar graph says flamingo, which you see here down in pink. The second one says snow leopard. At the very bottom, you see this big looking cat on the snow. Komodo dragon, which is over here, and he does look like a little bit like a snake, but he's got legs and he's got scales. And the last one's the koala bear, who you see in the bottom corner, the big fluffy gray bear. So we're going to be using this bar graph about Miss Aponte's students. They all voted and said who their favorite animal was, and we recorded their information here on this bar graph. We're going to use that now to answer some questions about their favorite animals. So if you take a look, I actually did something kind of strange. I took the bar graph and I turned it. And I did that because I wanted to show you that bar graphs can be in either direction. They can go up and down, or they can go side to side. So if you look at this chart, this one goes up and down. Now I want you to look at it and see what you can tell about the data here. There's numbers along the left side that show you how many kids voted for that animal. And then if you look along the bottom, you see the names of the animal they voted for. Let's go back one more time and look at the old chart. Oops. It's the same exact chart, I just turned it on its side. So bar graphs can go both ways and show the same information. All right, we'll go back to the sideways one. And now we're going to answer some questions together before I send you on your own to answer some other questions about the bar graph. So question number 1 says, how many votes did the flamingo get? How do we know? What we have to do first is come on down and get familiar with the bar graph. Okay, we know that the numbers are telling us how many students voted for that animal. So down here, if the bar just goes to here, that would be 0 students. If the bar goes to here, that would mean 1 student voted for the animal. If the bar goes to here, it would mean 2 students voted for that animal. If the bar goes to here, it would mean 3, and the same all the way up until 12. 12 would be the most. That's the top of our graph. Now, if we look and we want to know which bar is which animal, we have to look at the label. So here it says flamingo. The flamingo votes are here at this bar. The snow leopard votes are here with this bar. Komodo dragon in this bar, and koala bear in this bar. So if we want to know how many votes the flamingo got, which bar do we need to look at? The first one here, the flamingo bar. Now we need to use the number scale on the side of the bar to see how many votes did the flamingo get. We count up. We see he got at least 1 vote, and he actually got 2 votes. So how many votes did the flamingo get? 2 votes. Let's try again. Oops, I spelled the word many wrong here. How many votes did the snow leopard get? We need to look along the bottom and find the animal snow leopard. Do you see it? Okay, how many votes did the snow leopard get? See if you can figure it out. I'm going to follow the bar all the way up to the top because he got all these votes. And then I'm going to slide over to the side to see how many that is. The bar goes up to the number 9. I could even count it because each one of these was just 1. So I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 students voted for the snow leopard. So how many votes did the snow leopard get? 9. Now let's look at Question number 3, how many more students like the snow leopard than the koala bear? So now we need to look at 2 different bars. Which 2 bars do we need to look at? We need to look at both the snow leopard and the koala bear. I made this a little bit bigger because I want to be able to add some text here now. So we want to be able to look at the snow leopard and the koala bear now. So I'm looking at the snow leopard. How many votes did the snow leopard get? We already answered that up here. It was 9. So we know that he has 9. I'll change the color so it stands out to us. And how many did the koala bear get? Let's look at the koala bear's chart. Go up the bar graph, go up his bar, and he has 4. So I'm going to make that another color again too. That's not what the question asked. The question said how many more students like the snow leopard than the koala bear. So how can we solve that? What could we do to help solve that problem? I really like using tape diagrams when I'm comparing how many more. So maybe I'll make a bar for the snow leopard, okay? The snow leopard has how many? 9 votes. So I'm going to put a 9 in here. And then the koala bear has how many? Just 4. So how should I make the bar for the koala bear bigger or smaller than the snow leopard bar? Should be a lot smaller because 4 is quite a bit smaller than 9. So I'm going to make it a little bit less here than half, I think. All right, so the top one's the snow leopard, the bottom one's the koala bear. How many more students like the snow leopard than the koala bear? So we got to find this missing piece. How are we going to do that? Think back to how we solve problems when we have a missing part, right? We know the total. We have one part, we don't know the other part. How will we solve this? We need a subtraction problem. What would subtraction problem be that you would use? 9 take away 4 equals, this is one we could even do in our head or with our fingers real quick, 5. So what does that answer 5 mean? 5 more students like the snow leopard. And that would be our complete answer. 5 more students like the snow leopard. Nice job. All right, so now let's take a look at our last question here. If 2 kids changed their votes from Komodo dragon to koala bear, how many students would like the koala bear the most now? I'm going to insert a little bit of a symbol. I'm going to get an X, I think. Maybe I'll have to make an X. I want to cross off the students that changed their votes. Okay, so let's do that together. We got some people changing their votes. And what did they change their mind about? They changed their votes from Komodo dragon to koala bear. So am I crossing off koala bear votes or am I crossing off Komodo dragon votes? Yep, they changed it from Komodo dragon. That means no more Komodo dragon. So how many did that? 2 kids changed their vote from Komodo dragon. So we're going to cross off. He doesn't want Komodo dragon anymore. And this student doesn't want to vote Komodo dragon anymore. What did they want to vote for now? Now they want to vote for koala bear. So let's see if I can make a little box. So then I had 1 more that voted for koala bear and 2 more that voted for koala bear. So if that happened, now how many students voted for the koala bear now? We're going to go up the bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we have 6 students that would choose the koala bear as their favorite. They changed their mind last minute, huh? They decided, no, I don't actually love the Komodo dragon the most, I love the koala bear. So to answer all of these questions, we needed to use that bar graph to help us. That was the only way to answer the questions. Otherwise, we wouldn't have known enough information about the students and their favorite animals. Now we're going to go to our last slide, which is back to the original bar graph that I want you to use to answer some questions on your own. I put little pictures here of the animals to help you remember. So this is the chart about favorite animals. We have the bar graph. The bar for flamingos is right here. The bar for snow leopards is here. The bar for Komodo dragons is third, and the last one is the bar for koala bears. This time, to find how many students voted for each of the animals, you need to go to the last bar and go all the way down to find the number. So for example, if we look at the flamingo, I'm gonna put a little bit of a line for you to help you find it really easy. So let me get you a line so you can follow me. And I'm gonna make it red so you can see it so it stands out. All right, so if I'm going to the flamingo, going to his bar, it ends here. I gotta go all the way down, and what number is it pointing to? 2. So the 2 students voted for the flamingo. Great. Now let's check snow leopard while we're here. All right, I'm gonna shorten my arrow. Start up here at the last bar for snow leopard. Drag the arrow all the way down. Follow, follow, follow. You can just follow with your finger, follow with your eyes. How many students voted for the snow leopard? 9. All right, now it's your turn to use the bar graph by yourself to answer the questions below. Which animal got the most votes? You can use just your eyes to tell that one. Who got the most? Which animal got the fewest votes or the least votes? You could probably do that one with your eyes too. Who doesn't have a lot of votes? How many more students like the Komodo dragon than flamingos? That how many more question reminds me of the question we did here. How many more students? Where we used a tape diagram to help us solve. And the last one says, how many students liked the koala bears the best? That sounds like a question you can just look at the bar graph for. So now you know how to use a bar graph. We've practiced with this bar graph with animals, and I can't wait to see what kinds of answers you come up with. Make sure you're using the bar graph to help you and you're not just guessing. Okay, guys, make sure you're filling out your complete answers on Google Classroom and checking your work. Thanks, guys. See you soon.